Hi everyone, welcome back for yet another video. This one about the Kona Electric and electric cars. One of the things I wanted to talk to you about was what it's cost. Something that's crossed my mind, so I'll share it with you, is what if I hadn't gone with an electric car? What if I'd have bought the Petrol Kona instead? What if I'd kept my diesel Fiesta? What would the cost difference have been? So in my mind, I've been working it out. I've been adding up the numbers to work out, approximately, I'm not going to be able to get it exactly, but what would it have cost in each scenario? And let's see how much it has cost me to buy a much more expensive car and go electric. So let's start with my Fiesta diesel. It was a 63 reg, ZTEC S 1.6 turbo diesel. Absolutely fantastic. In the summer I could get almost 70 to the gallon from it, but on average 60 to 65 to the gallon. It was also zero tax and extremely reliable. Although I actually did have £300 or £400 to spend on it just before I sold it. So reliable, sort of. Anyway, I sold it for £6,750. That was just before the Kona arrived. So if I look at now, if I still had that car and adding on some extra mileage, what would I get for that car now if I was selling? Then it's more like £5,000. Obviously, I'm guessing I'm taking a lower figure. I might be really lucky and get a higher amount, but I think a reasonable number to presume is £5,000 I could have got for it now. That's £1,750 depreciation difference between selling my Fiesta then and selling it now. If I'd have kept the Fiesta, I'd have had to put an MOT on it 3 times because I sold it just before a service was due and just before the MOT was due. So 3 times 60 for the MOTs, that's £180. Servicing, well, let's presume it was £200 for the next service, £100 for an interim one, just filters and oil, and then £200 for the one after. So £500 for servicing for 3 times. That would have kept me up to date with that car. Tax, as I said, is 0, so 3 zeros. 0. Tyres, yeah, I hadn't replaced them, so adding another 15 to 19,000 miles on, I would have replaced the tyres, so that would be another, let's say, £400. I could have gone for economy tyres and perhaps got that down to 300, but 400 is a reasonable amount, I think. I think also the brakes would have needed some attention. I probably would have had to have had new pads, maybe a couple of discs, so let's estimate another £250 for wear and tear on the brake system. Timing belt, that didn't need doing. That didn't need doing on the Fiesta until 100,000 miles. So that wouldn't have had to have happened. So I think the MOTs, the £400 for tyres, the £500 for servicing, and the £250 for brakes, I think that's reasonable. Add those together and you get £1,330 worth of maintenance for the car. So that only leaves fuel. As I said, I think I would have averaged around 60 to the gallon, and if we say it's £1.10 a litre, which I think average would have been higher actually, but let's use the lower amount to make sure that it comes out fair. And also let's not use the 19,000 miles that I did in the Kona as the example. Let's reduce it down to 15,000, because if I hadn't have gone electric, a lot of those journeys I wouldn't have done, because I have enjoyed the freedom of just going out whenever I want to and not worrying about the cost. So 15,000 miles is probably more reasonable. Dividing by 60 miles to the gallon, that's 250 gallons multiplied by 4.525 gives me 1,131 litres of petrol. Diesel, sorry. Multiply that by £1.10 a litre and you get £1,244. So £1,750 depreciation, £1,330 servicing and maintenance, £1,244 in fuel. A total of £4,324 would have been my running cost for the car, excluding insurance and excluding recovery. Now, I'm not going to worry about recovery because it's £100 or so, and I know it comes free with the new Hyundai, but I might not have bought it anyway, so I'm not going to include that. And insurance, well, insurance was neither here nor there. It was pretty much the same cost within 10, 20 to £50. So I'm not really worried about insurance differences either. But 4,324, that's the starting point for if I'd have kept my Fiesta diesel. So let's now think about the Kona. I test drove this lovely Tangerine Comet with, I can't remember the name of it, the grey metallic colour on the roof, and that was quite nice. And the test drive of that was what encouraged me to go with the Kona for electric, because it drove really well. And I was looking at the Premium SE Petrol Kona. It was a 1 litre turbo engine. And I managed on the test drive, which I tried really, really hard to get good economy, and I got 50 to the gallon. So probably I would have got 45 to the gallon from that. Well, that car brand new was about 22,500 pounds, but the ex-demonstrators, they were going for 20 to 20 and a half, and I was trying to see whether I could get one for under 20, but only the premium models were coming up under 20 at the time. So let's say I got a really good deal, £20,500. If I'd have purchased that 18 reg Kona 1 litre petrol turbo. And what would it be worth now? So looking on Auto Trader, a trade price for that car is £11,000. That exact same car is now £11,000 as a trade-in value. But retail, what could I possibly get if I was selling it privately? Auto Trader reckons £13,000. So that's, well, 20 and a half down to 13. That's £7,500 depreciation, which that is what you'd expect with a new car, isn't it? Compared to the Fiesta, which was 1,750, 7,500 is a big chunk of money to lose. So let's go through the other elements of costs. Road tax for the car, or vehicle excise duty, 3 times £140, that's £420. Servicing costs were £120 for the first service, £250 for the second service, £370 for the 2 services. I think that's a reasonable estimate. MOTs would have been 0, tyres would have been 0, and again insurance would have been similar, and recovery, let's not worry about it. So maintenance costs, we're just talking about £420 and £370. That's £790 maintenance for the Petrol Kona. That's all it would have cost. But petrol, so yes, it was a petrol car, and again, let's use 15,000 miles, not the 19,000 that I used in the Kona. Let's put it on the side of caution, and I would have probably averaged 45 to the gallon in that car. So 45 to the gallon, 15,000 miles, that's 333 gallons. Multiplied that by 4.525, 1,506 litres. Again, times the £1.10 per litre cost, £1,650 for fuel. That car would have cost £7,500 in depreciation, £790 in maintenance, and £1,650 in fuel. A total of, for the 2 years, £9,940. So wow, 9,940 compared to 4,324. That's quite a big difference between keeping the old diesel Fiesta and buying a new car. And I think that's why a lot of people say, I'm better off just keeping an old car and running it into the ground. But I bought the Kona Electric knowing that depreciation values would be lower. That was the key element to buying the electric car on a financial basis. I expected the Kona 64, being a large battery, to be in high demand, and also I was lucky enough that the UK reduced the government grants, and also lucky enough that Hyundai put the price up. So the depreciation level on my Kona Electric was actually very low. I made a good decision. So I bought the Kona Electric 64 kilowatt hour Premium SE with the ceramic blue paint for £32,300. I sold it for £29,900, and that gave me a depreciation value of £2,400 for the 2 years, 19,000 miles. 0 servicing cost. I didn't service the car at all, in that Hyundai gave me a service plan for the car. I had 0 cost for MOTs, 0 cost for tax, 0 cost for fuel. Well, was it 0? No, I reckon for 2 years I spent £100 in total on fuel. I think in 1 year it was £17 that I'd spent, and in another it might have been £30–40 worth of electricity at home, plus a few public charges. I really have only used paid public charges 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 3 or 4 times, giving a decent charge into the car. The rest of the time they've all been free, and the other few times have just been for tests, just putting a little bit of energy in. So I think £100 is probably more than I've actually spent on fuel for the whole 19,000 miles for the car. So that's unbelievably simple, isn't it? My running cost for that car, having bought it, sold it and maintained it and run it, was £2,500 for the 2 years and 19,000 miles. So did I make a good decision? Getting rid of my Fiesta diesel and having all that electric car fun with all the new technology and all the new comforts, and get it all for the extra saving of, what's the difference, 4,300 to 2,500, that's £1,800. I saved £1,800 from keeping my old Fiesta. And I had all the fun of the brand new car as well. And I definitely saved an absolute fortune by comparison to the petrol version of the Kona. So that was a very good decision, deciding to spend more money to buy the car, an extra £10,000 to buy the car in the first place, to save money in the long run. That made a huge amount of sense. So one of the questions I ask myself now is, can I do this again? Can I now choose another electric car to buy that's not going to depreciate very much and is going to make it extremely good value for me to change to? And I think the answer is no, because the only way I could do that is to buy a used EV. I have contemplated, for example, buying a 17, 18 reg Kia Soul EV, the 30 kilowatt hour version. And that to me seems like a very practical runaround. It's very economical. It shouldn't depreciate too much. There's not many of them around, but you can get them for a really good price. They're cheaper to buy than the Ioniq, for example. So I think that car is a very good car to buy and would be good value for money, but it doesn't add anything extra to what I had in the Kona Electric. There's no improvement. It's not a newer car. There's not newer technology. It hasn't got better range. It hasn't got better performance. The interior isn't as good. Everything is worse. All I'm gaining is financially. Well, if it was just a financial argument, I probably wouldn't have sold the Kona Electric, because it's probably not going to depreciate that much over the next few years either. It's probably going to hold its money quite well. So I don't think there's anything else I could do this time round to save money and to have really low depreciation. So I think I'm going to accept that this time around my car choice is going to be a costly one for me. I am going to experience, like that petrol Kona, £8,000, £9,000, £10,000 worth of depreciation from when I buy it to when I sell it. That's my expectation. I know that's going to happen. I know that I'm not doing the right thing financially this time. This time I'm buying a car that I just want to own, and I don't really care about the cost so much. And that's what I think I'd like to end on with this video, that what I've noticed is it's the depreciation value that makes it worth buying an electric car. Not just the maintenance savings, not just the fuel savings, but if you do it all like I did, especially with solar panels, then the cost of running my Kona Electric was incredibly cheap. £100 running costs for 2 years, and I only lost £2,500 from new to selling it 2 years later. Thank you for watching. Hope the audio was better in this video. I'm doing a few tests during this video, so I hope it's come out a bit better. So thank you all for watching, thank you for sharing, thank you for subscribing. Subscribers are up significantly this month, and revenue from Google ads have gone up a little bit since the start of coronavirus. So thank you for watching those videos. It actually really does help, because if you watch the videos and I get more ad revenue, then I will buy a better camera, I will buy better audio, and these videos will get better, hopefully. Anyway, until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now. But if you're still watching and you want to know what car I'm going to be getting instead of the Kona Electric, well, it's not a Tesla. I can confirm I have not ordered and will not be buying a Model 3, a Model Y, a Model X or a Model S. I won't be buying a Tesla at all. And also, I haven't ordered a Volkswagen ID.3. So I think what I'll do is I won't leave you waiting until the car arrives. I'm just so itching to get the car. I have actually ordered it. So, and there's another little bit of extra information for you. So the car has been ordered. I am now waiting for delivery. It is a brand new car. And no, you'll just have to watch a few more videos and see what else comes at the end of the videos. Because for those privileged people that do watch the videos all the way until the end, you'll get the early information. That's where I've decided to leak out the information about changing my Kona. Thanks again for watching. See you again soon. Bye for now.